Spinner, I think his name was. Spinner. And we did have one avant-garde teacher, Miss Stiller, was her name. We did installation in her classroom and tying yarn from wall to wall and things like that. So our side emphasized creativity, but just like today, not many schools teach the business of fine art. So I learned how to mine my subconscious in high school. I learned how to let go and believe I could be creative. But making a living was all the course.
You told me a story the other day about if you had known that Wayne Shorter had also been a student at Arts High School, that your career might have taken a different turn. Could you relate that for our audience, please?
I know now at Arts High they have a Hall of Fame. A lot of schools have that. But when I came to Arts High, I was a double major. I was a music and an art major. And I can tell you a little personal story. Because I was a double major, I didn't have a lunch break. I took music theory during my lunch. But after my sophomore year, I met a beautiful young girl, a nice young 30-year-old girl. And the only way I could see her was during lunch. So I dropped out of music department. But if I had known of all the great music history from North, people like Wayne Shorter, who I admire to this day, I would have made a different decision. Because here I am, 50-something years later, I don't know where that 30-year-old girl is today. But she changed my life, and then one few lessons on
Now, you took a little different route. You told me a story about being at Cal Berkeley, I guess it was your first year, and taking a course, an art course, that didn't turn out quite the way you wanted.
It wasn't my first year there. I'm from California. I'm from Oakland. And I went to high school at Oakland Tech. And that's actually where I started. There and at California, what was then called California College of Arts and Crafts. I took drawing lessons in the summer with a woman who was a distinguished printmaker, Margot Humphrey. She stuck with it, I didn't. I went on to Berkeley, the only place I ever wanted to go to college. I thought you went to Stanford because you couldn't get in Berkeley. I was an art major. I actually drew 2 covers for the Pelican, which was the Huber magazine. And I actually was in a group show. But I had never done sculpture. I did drawings. And I was good at drawing. I was not good at sculpture. And I got a C in sculpture, which I earned. Because I didn't do any work. I thought, well, if you have talent, you don't have to do any work. I'm sure people don't think like that. So I come from an academic family. My father taught me to draw, my mother taught me to write. I knew how to write, I got praise for writing. I love to write just as much as I love to draw. But if you love to do 2 things and one thing gets you pennies, then that's the way I for years.
And also, you mentioned that having an African-American art teacher at Portland Street School was important to you as well, even though it, perhaps not in developing your art, but just having that as a person, as a role model.
Right, that's people who are artists here know Jan Carden. So I had him as a little kid, and then he was also taught at Arts High, but he wasn't my teacher at Arts High. But teaching art and making art without teaching art was something that nobody could really teach me about. I think it had to do with just desire and willingness to not take no for an answer. So I admired Jan he's also a singer, so I admire him for that as well.
Let me ask you both the same question, and that is about your art education beyond secondary school. Now, when you went back to school, you told me that here's one of the most accomplished and educated women in her field, with a PhD from Harvard, decides that she's going to go back. She wants to pursue her lifelong passion of art, and decides that she's going to do it first by going back and getting to.
Remember, being unified North. I remember Jesse Jackson came to town, and we were down at some park, in the military park, or the other park across the street, and being stopped and first had a backpack. I remember getting arrested during the teacher's strike. We were always walking out of school back in those days, protesting teacher's strikes, and then getting arrested for that. It was always great to see, like, come out of Arts High, walk a couple blocks and see our whistles come together, and suddenly there's a big crowd of us. That was a very powerful feeling. I remember stealing the keys to the PA system at Arts High and playing Led Zeppelin real loud. I remember getting suspended for lighting incense in the hallway and having it in my head.
Just like normal kid stuff, right?
Yeah, I remember the Model Cities program, which allowed so-called gifted high school students to take courses at Rutgers University in theater arts. And that was great for me. I took playwriting and dance and acting there. So there's so many good memories.
And you were involved in I believe, high school with a couple of Broadway plays, right?
Well, we persuaded the Arts High folks to let us in the theater department, a theater club, I should say, department, and we did the play Jello. I played the part of Rochester. Yeah, and that little 30-year-old girl, she was in that club.